The B-1 Lancer is regarded as an icon of the Cold War's final decades. This exceptional aircraft could fly through mountains at night and at altitudes as low as 200 feet without being detected by air defense systems. Over 12,000 sorties have been flown over Syria, Libya, Afghanistan, and Iraq, and the aircraft is still relevant today. The plans to build the B-1 faced significant opposition from the start, and it was even canceled at one point by President Jimmy Carter, who thought the bomber was too expensive. Despite this, the B-1, as it is colloquially known, may be retired from service in 2036. Until then, it continues to astound with its speed and unique weapon system. The United States Air Force launched the Advanced Manned Strategic Aircraft Program in 1964, a revised version of an earlier project. The Boeing B-52 Stratofortress was an excellent strategic bomber, but it was incapable of flying at low altitudes. The program became fixated on the possibility of a high-speed, low-altitude bomber that combined the payload and range of the V-52 with the speed of the Convair B-58 Hustler. However, the project was largely shelved because Secretary of Defense Robert McNamara preferred upgrading the B-52 over investing in a new costly fleet of bombers. However, the United States General Plan for Nuclear Warfare allowed the program to be restarted in 1969. It was designated as the B-1A in April of that year, and the request for proposals was issued months later. North American Rockwell was awarded the development contract for 240 B-1As, with initial operational capability scheduled for 1979. Rockwell's design included large variable sweep wings that provided high lift during takeoff and low drag at high speeds. The fuselage and wing structure were made of lightweight, high-strength titanium to achieve viable low-altitude performance at Mach 0.85. On December 23, 1974, the first prototype of the B-1A flew. After Soviet pilot Viktor Belenko defected to the West aboard his MiG-25 Foxbat, the program was quickly called into question. When it was discovered that his aircraft could successfully track and attack low-altitude planes, the B-1A's utility was questioned. The revelation that the new MiG-31 Foxhound could target ground-talking penetrators shook confidence in the program as well. At the same time, the trusted B-52s were outfitted with air-launched cruise missiles capable of launching beyond the range of Soviet air defenses. Then, presidential candidate Jimmy Carter stated that the B-1 bomber is an example of a proposed system that should not be funded because it would be a waste of taxpayer dollars. When Carter became president, he decided to cancel the V-1 project in favor of other programs based on stealth technology and additional B-52 upgrades. The main reason for the cancellation was the project's rising costs. Each B-1 cost $100 million and had a life expectancy of only 20 years. However, as the Soviet Union's military and aircraft became more powerful during Ronald Reagan's presidency in 1981, priorities for the Department of Defense shifted. The new administration allocated $2.2 billion to Rockwell for the development and production of 100 B-1 bombers. The company created the B-1B, which had a lower maximum speed in exchange for a lower radar signature. The new version of the bomber had a low-level speed of Mach 0.92 and a high-altitude speed of Mach 1.25. On October 18, 1984, the B-1B took to the skies for the first time. Nonetheless, the Air Force regarded it as a vulnerable aircraft to Soviet defenses. The B-1 Lancer, or Bone as it is colloquially known, is a versatile aircraft that evolved from its original design for nuclear warfare. Its characteristics enable it to maneuver over long distances and travel at high speeds. However, the bomber's most distinguishing feature is its extremely versatile multi-mission weapon system. It can carry the largest payload of guided and unguided weapons of any Air Force bomber, 75,000 pounds versus 70,000 pounds. It can deliver non-precision gravity bombs thanks to a synthetic aperture radar. Multiple upgrades, the most recent of which occurred in August of 2019, increased the number of weapons that can carry both internally and externally. Nowadays, it can even carry hypersonic missiles. The bone is made of radar-reflective materials and can fly at low and mid-level altitudes, allowing it to go unnoticed. It can reach supersonic speeds thanks to its 4 General Electric engines. In March 2008, it became the first aircraft in the United States Air Force to fly at supersonic speeds using synthetic fuel. The B-1 is also equipped with a terrain-following system, allowing it to fly through mountains. When flying at a low altitude, the system makes it difficult for air defense systems to distinguish the plane from the surrounding terrain. The aircraft can carry a crew of 4 people, including the aircraft commander, co-pilot, and 2 weapon system officers. Its primary computer is the IBM AP-101, which is also found on the Space Shuttle Orbiter and the B-52 bomber. The bone also has a high survivability due to its low radar cross-section. As a result, the bone is almost as undetectable as a small stealth aircraft. Designed to be a replacement for the B-52, both aircraft are now, ironically, excellent at the same tasks. Both can fly long distances and carry a large number of bombs. Despite this, the B-1 can deliver them while remaining only moderately visible on radars. On July 8, 2017, 2 B-1 Lancers were flown to the border with North Korea to demonstrate force amid tensions between the 2 countries. In addition, the bone has 61 world records for speed, payload, range, and time climb. In 1994, 2 B-1s were recognized for completing one of the 10 most memorable record flights, flying non-stop and unfueled across the United States. Nearing the end. Only 62 B-1s remain in existence after production ceased in the late 1980s. Fewer than 10 were still fully mission-capable in 2019, and many of its components, particularly some electronics, were no longer manufactured. To modernize and keep the B-1 and its sibling, the B-2, operational until 2050, an estimated $38.5 billion would be required. In recent years, the Air Force has also found it increasingly difficult to keep up with the costs of its bomber enterprises. This is due to the B-1's maintenance man-hour rate of 74 per flying hour, which is significantly higher than that of other bombers. It also has an average cost of $70,000 per flying hour, which weighs heavily on the Department of Defense's annual budget. The Air Force intends to retire the B-1 in 2036, 4 years earlier than previously planned. This will allow the Air Force to continue operating the B-52s, which will have over 90 years of operational history, while also bringing on the new B-21 aircraft. That's all about this iconic bomber. Do give this video a like and subscribe to Warplanes Evolution for more videos about insane bomber jets. Click the bell icon to get notified of our newest uploads. We'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.